Very good morning. Welcome to Learning Radius. Welcome to Learning Radius Current Affairs discussion. Welcome to Learning Radius Current Affairs discussion related to international issues, international organization 2021. In this particular video, we'll be discussing the next 10 topics, and the topics of discussions are: NIXA offers free domain in local India languages. European Union has been declared an LGBTIQ freedom zone. China's new 5-year plan. Indo-Uzbekistan discussion. India at United Nations Security Council expresses serious concern over security situation in Sahel and Lake Chad region in West Africa. India-Maldives sign agreement on wide range of domains including fish processing, public broadcasting. IAF and FASF conclude X-Desert Night 2021. The Paramp Startup India International Summit or Praramp Startup India International Summit. 5th India-Singapore Defence Ministers Dialogue between Raksha Mantri Sri Rajnath Singh and Minister of Defence Singapore Dr. Ng Han and China Arunachal Pradesh. So the 10 topics of discussion what we are going to do as it is: China Arunachal Pradesh discussion, 5th India-Singapore Defence Ministers Dialogue, the Praramp Startup India International Summit or Praramp International Summit, Startup India Summit. IAF and FASF conclude X-Desert Night 2021. India-Maldives sign agreement on wide range of domain including fish processing, public broadcasting. India at United Nations Security Council expressed serious concern over security situation in Sahel and Lake Chad region in West Africa. Indo-Uzbekistan discussion. China's new 5-year plan. European Union has been declared an LGBTIQ freedom zone, and NIXA offers free domain in local Indian languages. So these are the 10 topics what we are going to discuss, and the first topic is NIXA offers free domain in local Indian languages. The National Internet Exchange of India, NIXA, has announced that it will offer a free international domain name IDN in any of the preferred 22 official Indian language along with every IN domain booked by the registrar. Applicant will also get a free email in local language. This offer has been created to stimulate the adoption of Bharat IDN domain name and proliferation of the local language content. So National Internet Exchange of India, NIXI, has announced that it will offer a free international domain name IDN in any of the preferred 22 official Indian language along with every IN domain booked by the registrant. Applicant will also get a free email in local language. This offer has been created to stimulate the adoption of Bharat IDN domain name and proliferation of local language content. This offer is valid for new .in users who register up to 31st January. This offer is also extended to those existing users who renew their domain in the month of January 2021. Now, what is NIX or what is NIXI? That is National Internet Exchange of India. National Internet Exchange of India is a not-for-profit organization working since 2003 for spreading the internet technology to the citizens of India through the activities like internet exchange, through which the internet data is exchanged among ISPs and between ISPs and CDNS, IN registry managing and operation, IN country code domain, IN country code domain, and Bharat IDN domain for India and Indian registry for internet names and numbers. Managing and operating internet protocol IPv4 or IPv6. So here, National Internet Exchange India is a not-for-profit organization working since 2003 for spreading the internet technology to citizens of India through activities like internet exchange, through which the internet data is exchanged among ISPs and between ISPs and CDNS. So that is related to NIXI. So National Internet Exchange of India, NIXI, has announced that it will offer a free internationalized domain name IDN in any of the preferred 22 official Indian language along with every IN domain booked by the registrant. Next is European Union has been declared an LGBTIQ freedom zone. In a resolution adopted, the European Parliament symbolically declared the entire 27-member bloc as an LGBTIQ freedom zone. The acronym meaning LGBTIQ is lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, non-binary, intersex, and queer. So that is what called LGBTIQ. So in a resolution adopted by European Parliament symbolically declared the entire 27-member bloc as an LGBTIQ freedom zone, the acronym meaning lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, non-binary, intersex, and queer. The move comes as a response against the member state Poland's controversial move to create more than 100 LGBTIQ ideology-free zones around the country since 2019, and more generally against the backsliding of LGBTIQ rights in some European Union countries, particularly in Poland and Hungary, the legislature said in a press release. So that is in connection with the discussion of Poland and Hungary, we can listen to LGBTIQ move. So here, the European Parliament symbolically declared the entire 27-member bloc as an LGBTIQ freedom zone. That's the discussion that's about. Now, the European Union resolution, the European Union Parliament resolution to declare the bloc as an LGBTIQ freedom zone was passed by 492 votes in favor of 141 against and 46 abstentions. The resolution reads, LGBTIQ persons everywhere in the European Union should enjoy the freedom to live and publicly show their sexual orientation and gender identity without fear of intolerance, discrimination or persecution, and authorities at all levels of governance across the European Union should protect and promote equality and the fundamental rights of all, including LGBTIQ persons. So that is about the European Union resolution related to that. Next is China's new 5-year plan. China formally approved the outline of its 14th 5-year plan 2021 to 2025, which highlights a number of key strategies projected to be pursued as a priority, including the first dam in Tibet on the lower reaches of Yarlung Zangpo or Brahmaputra, a Sichuan-Tibet railway line near the India border, and a push for self-sufficiency in emerging industries such as artificial intelligence. So the 14th 5-year plan, which highlights a number of key strategic projects to be pursued as a priority, including the first dam in Tibet on the lower reaches of the Yarlung Zangpo, or that is Brahmaputra, a Sichuan-Tibet railway line near the India border. The draft outline of the 5-year plan and objectives through the year 2035 were passed by the National People's Congress, the ceremonial legislature, as it closed its 6-day annual session. So that is right from China. China is going with its 5-year plan, or the 14th 5-year plan. In that, there is a dam which is over the lower reaches of Yarlung Zangpo. At the same time, there is a railway that is on Sichuan-Tibet railway line. Among the key projects is the building of a hydropower base on the lower reaches of Yarlung Zangpo, which refers to the section of the river in Tibet just before it enters India and Arunachal Pradesh. So that's a discussion about in connection with India, China, or discussion in connection with China's 5-year plan. Next is Indo-Uzbekistan discussion. The India-Uzbekistan joint military exercise, Dastlik 2, commenced today in foreign training node FiveYear, that is in Uttarakhand. So there's a discussion called DUSTLIK, that is Dastlik 2. So India-Uzbekistan joint military exercise Dastlik 2 commenced today in foreign training node FiveYear, Uttarakhand. That was the discussion. This is the second edition of annual bilateral joint exercise of both armies. It will continue till 19th March 2021. The first edition of the exercise was held as Uzbekistan in November 2019. So for term DUSTLIK2, when you see that particular term, you should understand it's a joint military exercise between Indo-Uzbekistan, or Dastlik 2 as such is a joint military exercise between India and Uzbekistan. Next is India at United Nations Security Council expresses serious concern over security situation in Sahel and Lake Chad region in West Africa. India has expressed serious concern over the security situation in Sahel and Lake Chad region in West Africa, saying that terrorism, drug trafficking, and organized crime have continued unabated in the area. India also condemned terrorist attacks by Boko Haram in Nigeria, and Lake Chad region, and by Islamic State in West Africa. So these are the basic discussion. So two locations as it is in discussion, that is Sahel and Lake Chad. So India has expressed serious concern over the security situation in the Sahel and Lake Chad region in West Africa, saying that terrorism, drug trafficking, organized crime have continued unabated in that area. India called for closer coordination in counter-terrorism cooperation and said that the international community also need to develop a coherent, coordinated and cooperative approach to deal with the worrisome humanitarian situation in the Sahel. India lauded the positive developments and leadership of the countries of West Africa and Sahel for their commitment to sustainable peace and development and safeguard fundamental rights. So that is about India at United Nations Security Council expresses serious concern over security situation in Sahel and Lake Chad region in West Africa. The Sahel and Lake Chad region of European Union Emergency Trust Fund for Africa comprises of 12 countries: Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Chad, Ivory Coast, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal. So the Sahel and Lake Chad region of European Union Emergency Trust Fund for Africa comprises of 12 countries is significant in connection with this particular current affair. So all this country, there should be clarity in the mind. At the same time, this 12 countries should be there in your mind too. Once again, it is Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Chad, Ivory Coast, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal. So this particular countries, at the same time, the geography of this particular region, the West Africa, there should be clarity in connection with these countries, and at the same time, the geographic location of all these countries should be clear in your mind. These countries all have a considerable number of challenges that can be addressed by EUTF, that I told, European Union Emergency Trust Fund, complementing other European Union instruments. So that is about Sahel and Lake Chad region is very significant. Next is India Maldives sign agreement on wide range of domain including fish processing, public broadcasting. So there's a relationship between India and Maldives. Agreements on a wide range of domains including fish processing, public broadcasting, sustainable urban growth, road infrastructure and housing was signed by India and Maldives. The broadcasting partnership is for association between Prasar Bharati and the official state media of the Maldives. So agreement on a wide range of domain including fish processing, public broadcasting, sustainable urban growth, road infrastructure and housing was signed by India and Maldives. So India-Maldives discussion, India and Maldives is very close. So India-Maldives discussion is very important. The MOU aimed to promote cooperation and capacity building in the area of public broadcasting. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar and Maldivian counterpart Mr. Shahid reviewed the complete range of bilateral relations as well as the progress of ongoing bilateral projects and address the ongoing crisis of COVID, including India's ongoing assistance to Maldives in its post-COVID economic recovery period. So that's the relationship between India and Maldives. Next one is IAF, that is Indian Air Force and French Air and Space Force, that is FASF. IAF and FASF conclude ex-Desert Night 2021. So Indian Air Force and French Air and Space Force conclude ex-Desert Night 2021. The Indian Air Force and French Air and Space Force participated in ex-Desert Night 2021 at Air Force Station Jodhpur, a first of its kind bilateral exercise. Rafale aircraft from both sides along with Su-30 MKI and Mirage 2000 aircraft of the IAF undertook complete mission including large force engagement. Combat enablers include AVAX, AEW&C aircraft of the IAF as well as A400M and A330 based MRTT, that is medium range tanker and transport aircraft of the FASF. So here Indian Air Force and French Air and Space Force participated in ex-Desert Night 2021 at Air Force Station Jodhpur. That's the first discussion. A first of its kind bilateral exercise. So a first of its kind bilateral exercise, Rafale aircraft from both sides along with Su-30 MKI and Mirage 2000 aircraft of the IAF undertook complex mission including large force engagement. So in this particular discussion, you come across with Rafale, you come across with Su-30 MKI. So a first of its kind bilateral exercise. Rafale aircraft from both sides along with Su-30 MKI and Mirage 2000 aircraft of IAF undertook complex mission including large force engagement. So basics related to what is Mirage 2000 aircraft is about and what is Rafale aircraft is about, what is Su-30 MKI is about. So anyway, IAF and FASF conclude X-Desert Night 2021, that's significant. Both Air Force exercised in realistic setting with an aim to enhance operational capabilities and interoperability. The exercise provided an opportunity to share best practices and evolve operational concepts, particularly for effective combat employment of the Rafale fleet. So again, Rafale as such is in discussion, and as I mentioned, Su-30 MKI is also important, and at the same time Mirage 2000 aircraft is also significant. You should have an idea about all these three. Next is Prarambh, the Prarambh Startup India International Summit. The two-day Prarambh Startup India International Summit began in New Delhi with members of BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation countries participating in the inaugural event. The summit is being organized by Department for Promotion of Industry and International Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry as a follow-up of the announcement made by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi at the 4th BIMSTEC Summit held in Kathmandu in August 2018. So here the term Prarambh, that is the most important one, second one BIMSTEC as such is significant. So the two-day Prarambh Startup India International Summit begin in New Delhi with members of BIMSTEC Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation countries participating in the inaugural event. The key point declaring the summit open, the Minister of Railway, Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution, Shri Piyush Goyal said that summit is a demonstration of neighborhood first policy which will foster partnership among the member countries. He hoped that this will usher in a new beginning showcasing various aspects of startup world. He said that India's startup ecosystem has made big progress in the last 5 years since the launch of Startup India. The minister said that the partnership among the BIMSTEC countries in the sector will take startups to the forefront of new India, new world, new neighborhood in the new normal. So that's once again it is to the forefront of new India, new world, new neighborhood in the new normal. So that's a line used by the minister. So once again, Prarambh Startup India International Summit, the two-day Prarambh Startup India International Summit in New Delhi with members of BIMSTEC countries participating in the inaugural event, that was the news about. Next discussion is about 5th India-Singapore Defence Ministers Dialogue. So the 5th India-Singapore Defence Ministers Dialogue between Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh and Minister of Defence Singapore Dr. Ng Eng Hen. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh co-chaired the 5th India-Singapore Defence Ministers Dialogue along with Dr. Ng Eng Hen, Minister for Defence Republic of Singapore on 20th January 2021, that was the news. During their virtual interaction, both ministers expressed satisfaction at the progress of ongoing defence cooperation engagement between the two countries despite limitation imposed by ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. So that was the discussion related to India and Singapore, that 5th India-Singapore Defence Ministers Dialogue between Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh and Minister of Defence Singapore Dr. Ng Hen, that was a discussion about. Last topic of discussion is China, Arunachal Pradesh. China said its construction of a village across line of actual control in Arunachal Pradesh was beyond reproach because it had never recognized Arunachal. India's Minister of External Affairs said earlier it was aware of the construction along the LAC. This followed a report showing satellite images of the village built between November 2019 and November 2020 and located a couple of kilometers across the LAC beyond what India sees as border separating Arunachal Pradesh and Tibet on the banks of Zari-Chu River in Upper Subansiri district in Arunachal Pradesh. So line of actual control is in discussion. At the same time, Arunachal Pradesh and China, that is India-China relationship. China said its construction of a village across line of actual control in Arunachal Pradesh was beyond reproach because it had never recognized Arunachal Pradesh. So that was a hot discussion between India and China in connection with Arunachal Pradesh. India's Ministry of External Affairs said earlier it was aware of the construction along the LAC. So that discussion is going on. So you should have a clarity regarding the border of India and China. At the same time, Arunachal Pradesh as a state of India, you should have clarity regarding the geography of that particular location. UPSC can ask question related to northeast region, or they can ask question related to the border, or they can ask a geography related question, or they can ask about the upper Subansiri district, that is Sarichu river and upper Subansiri district related question too. So that's a discussion about China, Arunachal Pradesh. So that's all for now, and in the next video we'll be discussing the remaining 10 topics, and with 220 topics we'll be covering the discussions of international relations of 2020-21, and we'll be moving to environment ecology in the next series. So have a productive discussion, have a productive learning. Moreover, watch the videos and make as much as clarity possible. Work out the premium preliminary question paper. At the same time, read the soft copies provided to in connection with all the discussions. Have a great time. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.